right, we're just going to do the opening dissection here. We're not going to do any muscles, just some blood vessels. I'll tell you what they are as we go. First thing, if you haven't already done it, take all of these strings. Don't cut them off too short. I'm going to leave maybe 1/4 of an inch, just so they're out of the way, just like that. And we can set those aside. Now, this is real dissection, so you're going to have to take your time. Now, right on the side here, you can see this big blue one. If you can't see it, it's because there's connective tissue, so you'll have to go fishing for it. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to uncover this. Watch. Nose of the forceps. Those always go right where I'm going to support. So here's the blood vessel right there. I'm pretty sure you can see that on camera. And there's a little bit of tissue, so I'm just going to grab that and just pull the side, and I'm just going to gently scrape. And you can see I'll keep readjusting my forceps, and I want to get right down to the vein. And you can see I'm down to it right now. There it is. So there's one side of it. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab the vein. Do I want to squeeze it as hard as I can? No, you'll flatten it. So just enough to get a hold of it, pull it away and up, and then I'm just going to gently scrape. Watch, gently scrape. I'm just using a little bit of the sharp side of the probe. And then eventually you'll come right through to the other side. Look at that. Now dissection means to separate. So now we're going to separate that all the way down. Here we go. And I'm just going to, now you can see there's tons of tissue over the top, and that's why I picked this cat. Ooh, look at that. That's delicious. So I'm just taking my scissors. I'm just sliding the nose in. Right there, I can just start to see the blood vessel. And I have my face pretty close. You're not going to be able to do this from afar. So sit down, get comfy. Okay, I'm just going to scrape just a little bit of that off. Oh. Now once I find it, I'm going to switch back to soft dissection, go real slow here. Just going to keep scraping. All that connective tissue has to come off. We want to completely free this from everything that's around it. So I'm just scraping right over the top. I keep moving my forceps. I'm only dissecting a couple of millimeters at a time. I'm just going to trim this fat off. So when this is done, it should be nice and clean. Now look, we're right down to muscle there. So I'm going to remove that. That was delicious. All right, now I'm going to come back on this side. Same thing. I'm just going to pull the tissue. Look, you can see I'm just scraping away, away, away. Now to make our first muscle dissection easy, you definitely want to take this all the way. Look, I got my hand right into the elbow. Got my hand out of the way. I want to clean this until it dives under the clavicle. See, there's all kinds of fat right here. I'm just cleaning this off. I'm going to switch to my scissors real quick. Just trim that right down to the muscle. Look at that. Bam. And this will take you a little while. All right, so again, supporting the blood vessel. You want it left, right clean, underneath clean. There's the clavicle, right where it dives in. We're going to keep going. I'm going to switch to the round side because now when I start pushing down in here, can I see anything? Nope. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to make sure. Ooh, there's a really cool blood vessel coming this way. Hello, friend. That's neat. Most of you will not have that one. This cat just has a really good injection. Okay, I'm hung up a little bit, so I'm just going to do a little snip. Don't cut into the blood vessel. There we go. I'm going under it. Completely freed that up. And we're going to take that right till it disappears. You followed that all the way back, did it go right to the heart? All right, so that's the bottom section. You can see that's clear. Now that's the easy part. Now when we come up here, there's going to be 3 branches. This is a feeder. Don't worry about that one. This is the posterior facial vein, anterior facial vein, and then the transverse arch is hidden right here. So it's going to look like a pitchfork. So now we need to come up and dissect all that. Watch. Same technique, scrape along the side. But you can't go aggressively up because you'll cut this one. All right, now watch. I'm going to put this in my right hand because that's where I got more skill. Everybody see me lift that up? I just grabbed a little tiny bit of tissue, pulling that up. Now that I got it lifted, watch. I'm just going to start a hole in it. And you'll see me keep switching tools. Use whatever tools you need to get this started. Don't go too deep here. There are glands right here. 2 big glands. There's another one right here. All right. See how I just took that tissue off the top of there? Now if I peel this back, there's the gland right there, so I want to go over the top of it. That looks like a little lima bean. If you guys know what that is. I don't eat vegetables. Boom. All right, so I got that. Now that other vein's right here, and this one is not injected. It's right here. There's another gland right there. Look at that. That looks so good. That other blood vessel's right here. You got to be careful. Just scraping that tissue off. If you pull with the blood vessel like I'm doing now, you won't do any damage. If you go across it, you will. Oh, look how nice that came off of there. But watch, see, if I pull like that and everything starts to move, should I keep pulling? No. No. All right, so I'm just going to kind of liberate that a little bit. Just get that started. Oh, look. Look right here. There's the other one. So I got 1, 2, 3. That's the pitchfork I'm looking for. Get my hands out of the way. This will be easier when you're not on camera. I'm going to scrape down the side here. You can see this one I'm doing right now does not have any blue latex in it. It's just kind of pinkish. There's the anterior facial right there. Here's posterior facial. We're going to take this all the way till it dives under the parotid gland. Remember, complete dissection. We want to get all this tissue removed. I'm going underneath it now. Any down feeders? See this down feeder right here? We don't need down feeders. She gone. Look at this. Another down feeder right there. I'm going to leave him intact, but we don't need it. All right, now I'm only going to go halfway across the throat so Liv can do the rest of this. This blood vessel is called the transverse arch, and it goes all the way over and joins this one on this side. So they'll do that side. And you guys will always have this as a reference cat. You're like, hey, what do I do? Come back over and check it out. All right, I'm going to put my thumb here. I'm going to pin this down so it doesn't get away from me. And I call this the pick and scrape. Pick and scrape. Now I have that exposed, I can go right underneath it. Come here, sweetheart. Now there'll be one down feeder to keep this attached. It's right there. Come on. Here we go. If you break through that, don't worry about it. I just want this intact. All right, so I got that one done. That one's done. This one's done. Still looks like there's a little bit of connective tissue under here. Ooh, whoa, 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 easy. All right, good. Now I'm going to finish uncovering this little lima bean. That's uncovered. There'll be 3 of them. 2 little ones, and then there's a big one right here. Watch, I'm going to uncover this one. That's the pick and scrape. Can you see it right there? Look at that thing. Right there. Big ones. And then right here is the parotid gland. This one is pretty much uncovered. It'll kind of look a little brainy. I don't even know if I'm going to do a whole lot here because it looks pretty good. See, I just took a little sliver off of there. Timber. It's just a piece of fat. All right, that's the opening dissection. Let me review. You have to dissect the external jugular, posterior facial vein, anterior facial vein, and if it's not injected, look, it goes right between those 2 little bean-looking things. Those are glands. And then the transverse arch, and we'll do that on both sides. The dissection on the other side is exactly the same. So your job is to make your cat look like that. Go.